Hey everyone, Big Pauly back for another video, back for a film review. I've just this moment come out of Cineworld in Dover, having watched Hereditary, which I was a little bit sceptical and nervous about going to watch it, seeing as though I'm not a huge horror fan. But I have to say, I loved it. It's probably one of my favourite films of this year so far. Absolutely. Yeah, so, great cast. I think the standout of the cast is definitely Toni Collette. She steals this entire film. But Gabriel Byrne, who plays the husband, he's pretty good. Really doesn't have much to do really in the film. The little girl who freaked the shit out of me in the trailer, she's good. I can see her going on to way other things. And also the son as well, the chap that plays the son, I can't remember his real name, but he's really good in it as well. He's another standout character along with Toni Collette. And all I knew about this film going into it is what I've seen in the trailer, that it's to do with like family tree and the grandma dies and all that kind of stuff, and possible maybe spiritual embodiment, that kind of thing. And going into this film, I'd seen like all the taglines that have been on the newspapers and on the billboards, you know, all giving it like 5 stars, and this decade's Shining or The Exorcist meets The Shining type of thing. No, I wouldn't sort of like anywhere near combine it to that type of thing. I don't know about anything to do with like The Exorcist or The Shining, but one thing that resonated with me throughout this film, you could have been watching an early M. Night Shyamalan movie. Yes. I think this had more in common with The Sixth Sense than The Shining or The Exorcist or any other films that they say. It kind of felt the same. It felt the same with The Sixth Sense. And also, what was really funny is that there was probably a handful of us in there, probably about 8 or 9 of us. And there was this bloke 2 rows back from me. But there was sort of like a giggling little posse of teenage girls that were over to one side, and they were talking all the way through the trailers and everything and giggling and all that kind of stuff. And then the film started, and they were good, they were quiet, and then sort of like a half an hour into the film, something happened on screen and they started giggling again. And I kid you not, I was sitting there, it was so quiet because it's kind of like a tense moment, and all of a sudden, from over my shoulder 2 rows back, I heard, "Shut the fuck up, bitches! Watch the fucking film, you bitch!" No! Oh my God! I've been in screenings before where someone's been talking and someone's asked them politely to shut the shut the F up. But this bloke was, I thought he was going to go down there and punch him in the face. My God, he really wanted to see this film. So, and after that, he didn't even peep out of him for the rest of the film. Oh, good on him though, because otherwise he might have spoiled it. But anyway, going back, I think they were still actually sitting in there after everybody else had left, because good old Cineworld forgot to turn the lights on at the end of the film. So you were blindly trying to find your bloody way out of the cinema. Now, as for the film itself, as I say, yes, absolutely loved it. I like this type of horror film. I don't like the jump in your face, make you jump kind of thing. This kind of thing and The Sixth Sense is my type of horror film. So, can you call it horror film? It's more like a suspense, thriller, nerve shredder kind of shit. If anybody else has any suggestions of what other type of films like this I can watch, stick it down in the comments, because I'm open. Oh. I'm open to watching lots of other films. I know I always wanted to see The Conjuring, and I've got The Conjuring 1 and 2 on Steelbook. And I was just wondering, is The Conjuring this sort of thing? Because I might like it if it is. The only other type of like recent horror film that I've seen is The Woman in Black, with Daniel Radcliffe. You know, there was a couple of jump moments in that, but I liked The Woman in Black, so yeah, I'm open to any suggestions if you have them. So as for the film itself, it was gripping from start to end. It had my attention all the way through the film. Didn't get bored. I didn't take my eyes off that screen one moment, because there were so many things going on, whether it to be with the little girl, Toni Collette, and she has this little sideline, this kind of job of making little miniatures and painting them and all that kind of thing. It's a really good setup for the actual opening scene. So there is one incident that actually happens through the film, kind of like, that turns it. Basically, everything goes to shit after this one incident happens. and it gave me an headache. And that's where everything turns. That's where everything goes downhill. But the thing about this film is it teaches you something. Don't fuck with the dark arts. Because you know it's going to come back and bite you in the arse. And I love, yeah, as I say, I love the pace. The soundtrack is incredible. If you're going to see this film, watch it in the darkest cinema you can find, with the best screen and the best soundtrack as well. You know, because you can get all things going off in the background, and this had the rumble of this. This was absolutely fantastic screening. So good on Cineworld for that. Yeah, so thoroughly enjoyed that. Thoroughly enjoyed everything about the screen in itself. So great picture, great sound. Well done, Cineworld, for that. I'm not going to go into any other storyline other than that, because, you know, we're going into spoiler territory and that. But it's a very tense film. There are not make you jump moments, but it's kind of like, and also kind of like in a darkened room, it's like, what is that? Something in the corner or something in a dark area of the room, and it kind of makes you focus. It makes you find, what is that? I can't make it out. That sort of thing. And then you get a bit of a jump. But no, brilliant. The last half hour of the movie, yeah, that's where everything just goes to shit and happens. And the visuals with the soundtrack, it's kind of like, oh my, it's nerves. It's so tense. It's nerve shredding. Yeah, so there were like 2 specific moments in the last half an hour of the movie where everything is happening that actually not made me go completely cold, but gave me cold arms and goosebumps. Whether or not it was to do with the air conditioning, I don't know. But if you like The Sixth Sense, that type of M. Night Shyamalan movie style, then you're going to love Hereditary. And it's not a film for you to jump out of your skin and all that kind of stuff. I mean, even the teenage girls weren't screaming and jumping out of their skin, so it's not that kind of scary movie. But yeah, if you're into like The Sixth Sense, that type of nerves and tension and that kind of thing, then this is definitely the film for you. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. I want to see it again. The funny thing is, though, when I went into the screening to start with at the beginning, I was asked by a member of staff in Cineworld if I had any medical conditions. Well, I've got diabetes. I don't know what that's got to do with the fucking film. But I suppose they have to ask in case anybody's got a weak heart. But as I say, it's not that type of film. It's not that type of scare you shitless, stop your heart type film. But anyway, thoroughly enjoyed it. Definitely will be buying this one when it comes out on 4K or Blu-ray. And yeah, absolutely loved it. I might even take Mum to see it, because I don't think it will scare the shit out of her either. So that's pretty good. So, but as I say, this is going to be one of my favourite films of the year so far. I know, who would have thought it? So I'm giving Hereditary 5 big Paulies. Absolutely loved it. So I hope you enjoyed my little review. I didn't go too much into it with spoilers. Stick down in the comments box there if you've seen the film, what you thought of it, if you're planning to go and see it. And also, as I say, any suggestions of this type of film, Hereditary, Sixth Sense type of films, because I want to get more into this type of film. And maybe The Conjuring. If you've seen The Conjuring, is it worth watching? So I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, because you know you want to subscribe. And I'll see you on the next video, everyone. Bye bye for now.